Okay, and that only took 45 years. Looks like I'm live. So let's get over to YouTube. I'll refresh that. I could not get on yesterday, and it was giving me heck today. Okay. So we're just waiting. My computer is apparently very slow today. We're waiting for it to load up so that I can get onto the YouTube. I have to drink water while I'm waiting. Water's good, right? Okay. Yay, water. Okay, there's my live, and I know I'm going to have to mute. I watched some videos earlier today. I hope you had a great start to your week. Can't believe it is already coming to the end of the first week of the year. I know it's, 6. I don't know where the time goes, guys. It's bananas. Wow, it's taking a really long time. I can't tell if you're in the room because even the chat box hasn't fully loaded. Okay, let's mute. And the chat box needs to come up still. Come on, YouTube. I may have to watch this on in the studio. Oh, there we go. There it is. Hi, Kristen. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, I got the yawn. And I gotta figure out what to do with my scissors. Oh. Okay, scissors. Oh, there they are. All right, have scissors will travel. I'm a little tired, but other than that, I'm good. Okay, so we have I just sewed the cover for that book we were working on the other day. Oh, it's upside down. That don't really matters. Because the paper peeled away and left some of the plastic backing, not all of it, just some of it on here. I couldn't reuse this paper, so I went through my loose paper, that Els gets. Well, I'm glad you're fine. I'm sorry that you were sick. So I chose this paper. It's fishies and turtles. It's greens and blues. I think that's pretty good. And we're going to collage over the cover anyway, so I think that's fine. So I did pick, so we'll get to this later. We're working on 2 here. So we need a spine piece, obviously. And I chose this fabric because, hey, it's a nice fabric. So it's really dark on this side, but I'm going to draw from the lighter side over here. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to snip and tear off this white piece. So let's do this. All right, that white piece is done. I bet you I could coffee dye that and do something with it. Could be good on tags once it's been washed and dyed. So let's save that. We'll use that later. All right, now we're probably going to need 2 pieces so it wraps all the way around to the inside. Well, actually, no. I just need a piece for the outside so that we'll have some extra here too. Yeah. It is the allergy time of the year, isn't it? It is, it is. Okay, so let's pull some of these strings off here. It's always strings when you rip it. But it's so satisfying. Okay, so I want it to extend a little bit beyond what it is. So I think maybe right about here. Here's the scissors. Maybe right about there. That should be more than enough fabric to. And I love ripping the fabric. It makes me happy. Okay, so now we're going to fold that up, having used only a strip. Of this lovely, lovely yellow fabric. Okay. Let's make sure we got all the loose strings off there. We like that nice, slightly unraveled edge, right? Oh my goodness. Let's see. What is it here? Well, it's 98 right now. But let's have it show me. Maybe it'll tell me what the high was today. 102 today. 104 tomorrow. Wednesday, 106. Thursday, 108. Ooh, Friday, 110. Saturday, 109. So, and heat advisories for both Thursday and Friday. Lows, 79 to 90. Oh, see, that's when it gets, when you get those kind of, when it doesn't go below 90 at night, that's when it starts really, because you get up and it's already hot, you know. It's a thing. It is, it is. So, I'm going to cut this little edge right here. Oops. And there it went right onto the floor. Well, the 70s is definitely nicer than the 90s at night. We have been very, very blessed to have an extremely, and I do mean extremely mild spring. Normally it's would have been in the hundreds for quite some time now. So we are very fortunate in that particular aspect. That doesn't mean that I love the 100 degrees, but we all knew it was coming. And we had a nice long reprieve. So I guess no crying over spilled milk or something like that. I think right about there is where we're going to fold and cut. So you have it fairly mild comparatively. I'm not mustering up much sympathy for you at 81 or 86, hon. I'm not trying to be a stinker, but that is nothing. Even though you probably do have humidity, does not compare to 100 and plus. All right, we got to let that run down to the bottom of the bottle because I had it stored the other way. Hello, Els from the other room. Hope you had a lovely day today. I did not go to bed today until well, I started trying to go to bed at 12:30, but it did not work out. So I think I finally laid down at 1:30ish, and I think I fell asleep around 2. And that's what happened. So naturally, I slept until just a little while ago. I've only been up since about 7:15. And then I spent all that time trying to get this live going. Also going to the bathroom and getting drinks and stuff, you know. Always thirsty when I get up. So I've had a bottle of water. What did you do today, Elf? I missed all the things. Hi, Stephanie. How you doing? Welcome. Hope you had a good day today. I do. And sometimes if you're not having a day, you can shift your perspective a little bit and make the best out of a not so great set of circumstances. Mondays are Mondays. There's no point in focusing on that. Just make it the best day possible.
I missed you all day. That's what I did.
Oh my God, really?
I didn't have anybody to talk to, and Mike went to the store and left me all alone.
Oh my God.
I got stuffs.
I've been to the garage. I saw her, and I saw there was stuff in the, you know.
She's already rated the stuff. See, right there.
No, that's from what was already there. Do you have a sunburn?
No.
Did you just get out of the shower?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't. So say hello to all the one peoples.
There's more than one people's in there.
Okay, say hi to all the
Like
9 peoples in
Nines
there.
peoples. Hello, Nines peoples. Sevens peoples, because I'm in there and Amy's in there. So
Oh, right. Seven peoples.
Sevens peoples.
You want to know what's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
Swedish meatballs and butter biscuits.
Ooh. Why do you have that look on your face?
Who?
You're like, that's a creepy smile you got on there.
I thought she was talking about me. I'm sitting here smiling, going,
I
"Ooh,
can't-
Swedish meatballs, yay!"
I can only see your hat, Mike.
Oh,
And we got
okay.
the dog's nails cut.
Did you do them, or?
I did them.
And they're okay?
Yeah.
Not that
she
it-
tried to eat me,
Well, you are delicious, apparently.
and I was playing with her feet, to be honest.
I mean, come on. They're
If I
always.
tried, she'd probably bite me too.
I got you Danishes.
I there might be punching.
No.
You
no,
got you.
I
You
got
got
you
you
Danishes.
Danishes.
There's no punching.
If she tried to eat my feet,
No, if I tried to touch your feet,
There'd be punching.
you would eat me.
Okay.
I don't.
We're leaving now.
Goodbye.
Oh, by the
The
way,
house? You're
By the
leaving
way-
the house? Ugh. Hey, Tammy. Mr. Mike is not Mikey. That's the son. Mr. Mike is Mike. Mikey is his son, who lives in Kansas and also works for Cox. All right, we did it. We got our spine covered, guys. Oh, I do need a little bit of... Oh, glue booger. Yay, there's a giant glue booger because I forgot to put the lid back on. We will make use of the giant glue booger. And I have giant glue booger all over me. Why is there never any scrap paper when you have a giant glue booger on you? Why, I ask. Yes, tomorrow's June the 7th. In case you guys didn't know, Els is having her sale tomorrow, and it is her birthday. Birthday, I say. So come and see some of her. She's got a pretty good sale going on. I saw her putting it together. Well, we're not from West Virginia, so save it for your hometown peeps. Okay, I put it on a little bit crooked, but we're going to collage, so we probably won't notice anyway. And it's straight on this side. Isn't that weird? All right. If we were not going to cover this with collage, we could cover it with some ribbon or some rickrack to disguise the fact that we effed up on it. But since we're collaging, it does not really matter. Okay, so we're going to have to decide on some inside papers. This is where I got stuck at. I just couldn't decide on inside papers. Oh, 60th. That's nice. Yes, definitely send well wishes to them. 60 years is a milestone. For sure. You rarely see that in this day and age, isn't it? 60 years and no one died that we know of. Okay, so we're probably not collaging on the inside, like per se. I don't know. What I had trouble with is I found a number of, like I found the Hello Sunshine paper, but there's not enough for both sides. I found this watery paper and this one with the sun and the bicycle. The only one I found a bunch of is this camera one. So I think we may be going with camera. Maybe it's, you know, a lot of people vacation in the summer. And stuff like that. All right, so we're just going to be wanting to trim that down a little bit. So we'll need to... Now I have to have second thoughts about where I put my drinks. Because I had it near the paper cutter. All right, so... as you may be able to tell from the state of my hands, I have been out in Garage Landia doing some work. Okay, and we can trim the extra of that right off. Oh, that's sweet. That sounds very sweet. Very nice. Okay, so there's one. We'll trim the second sheet to the same size, because I have this delusional belief that both sides are the same size. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm not. All right. We We just have to make sure we get the paper turned in the correct direction. Now, the other question that remains is, where did Amy put her glue? Oh, right here. Right over here. And this is the kind, it's from the Paper Studio, and it has a price on the back. So whenever this was bought, it says 2016 on the copyright thing here. Made in Oklahoma City, and it was 69 cents. Well, you're allowed to be proud of that. We all are what we are. And nobody expects us to pretend to be something else. Well, people do, but we don't have to do that. The only thing I found about this glue is it does tend to get the space between the base of the glue and the nozzle sometimes gets a little hard spot at the base. So I have to pokey it out. Okay. Let's try that again. I know this crazy lady that I live with made it for me. It's awesome-tastic. And it reflects my personality, I think. Either that or to have to be a squirrel going bananas. So Swedish meatballs actually sounds pretty good. It's a little sad to hear there's no potatoes, but that's life. We don't need to get quite all the way to the edge because some of this is going to get trimmed off because it does overhang a little bit. I prefer to trim it off than to have it be a little bit short. So I do know that everybody had a slow start today because I didn't hear Elle's. Well, I heard her moving around in the bedroom, but she didn't come out till around 11. Then every time I went in the kitchen for something, she was outside. So I did not actually see her until they were just in my doorway. Well, I did see her once. She was sitting at the fish tank. I think she was doing her best Mike impersonation. He likes to sit in front of the fish tank and watch the fishies. It's relaxing. Very, very relaxing. You were being lazy. You're allowed to be lazy. It's not like you're lazy all the time. I got about half of the purple paper processed and divided for the kids that I need to pack up. Well, not kids, but paper packs for the Patreons. And I got a new batch of the olive started. So when I'm done here, that'll be getting put out in the garage. So I need to get back into that side room tonight and work on that paper. I had thought that I had it all ironed, but I was wrong. There's still a little bit that needed to be ironed, but not all of it. For some of it, I used Mike's press, so all I need to do is go through and pull out any damages. Because I usually pull those when I'm ironing. And just make sure there's no, folded corners or anything like that. We got some good color, some nice effects on that. And the olive is coming along nicely. I had file folders in the first batch. I think came out nice and dark. You already got purple paper. You got it when it was originally done. If you used it all, that is not my problem. Just kidding. There's 9 million sheets of the 24-pound paper. I apparently had some in the press, like a huge pile. And I was like, this isn't enough for the kids. So I made more. And I have a huge pile. It'll be going to the Etsy store once the kits are mailed. And I can't mail them until I have a sale. Because Mama's bank account is bare as Mother Hubbard's cupboard. Okay, Tammy, have a great evening. You and your hubby enjoy your dinner.
I can't watch you spread glue with your scissors anymore.
I have one. Oh, were we done?
They'd have to send us a new card.
Oh. They don't keep them active?
No.
She just likes to hand me things. Enjoy your dinner and say hi to your Mike from us. Hello to your Mr. Mike. And enjoy that dinner. For sure. All right, that is trimmed up. Now, we just have to remember to put it the opposite way. Well, if you want me to get the crazy lady that made my pokey tool to make you a pokey tool, here's what you do. You go to the bathroom and you look in the mirror and you go, hey lady, I need a pokey tool. And the person in the mirror might say back, okay, I'll make you a pokey tool. Oh, he does make a good breakfast. His breakfasts are the bestest in the whole world. Unless you go out and somebody else makes you breakfast, because then you don't even have dishes. You just shove food in your face and you're happy. But Mike does make. And he does like short order, you know. You request what you want. He doesn't just make something. He's like, and what would you like today? And you're like, I want blah, 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 blah. And he's like, all right. And then blah, 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 blah appears on your plate and it's delicious. That's all I'm saying. He makes those egg white omelets and bacon and stuff like that. He makes the grandkids pecan cakes and French toast and waffles. I myself am a fan of scrambled eggs and gravy and biscuits. But I like all the other things as well. I love pancakes and I love French toast. And I do like the odd waffle. But it has to be an odd waffle. Blueberry waffles. You tried, she told you no. Do you want me to have a chat with her? Oops, I did the wrong size. Is this it? Yeah, that's the side. So I need glue all the way to the edge over here. Okay. Nope, I didn't need that. Smoking the crack. All right, well, we'll just attempt not to glue it. Down to the paper. I can have dreams. I can also have gluey fingers. I like most waffles. The only ones I don't like are the ones with chocolate chips in them because they're too sweet. That's dessert, not breakfast. And those like red, white, and blue pancakes they make every year at like Denny's and other restaurants with all the whipping cream. Oh, I know a lot of people like that, but that is too much for me. You've left breakfast and hit diabetic coma. In my opinion. If you like them, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that's too much for me. I would get halfway through them and I'd be slumped over on the table in a coma. Snoring my head off. Just saying. It's a thing. Sorry, I still like the scissors for the edges. He's probably in the other room saying bad things about me. Because I glued it, sorry, it's taking a hot minute because it's gluing itself to the scissors. Awesome-tastic. Oh, Jesus. Get away from me. Piece of paper keeps sticking to everything. Okay. And we've got a little bit to trim on this other side. I'm just trimming away over here off the camera so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Then I have a big mess to clean up on the tea-dye side of the garage. I have made quite a mess over there. Okay. Apparently it's notification time. Hey, there were a lot of videos today. Oh my God. Okay. I think it's done for now. Sometimes. Okay, so let's try and uncurve that just a smidge. It'll flatten out on its own eventually. I just don't like to get a big curve in it because sometimes the paper can get ripples in it then when you bend it back the right way. So just want to stay as flat as possible. Now she made me want breakfast. It's all her fault. It's all Elsa's fault. This is all Elsa's fault. 100%. Okay. outside, inside. Now we're going to set that aside. I may go ahead and cover this in the yellow fabric just so it matches. There's a little glue bubble right there. Or not bubble, but you know, booger. And it's stuck on there too. Come on. There we go. All right. Problem solved. I just want to work it a little bit more. Oh my God, it's another notification. Okay, now, where did the other one go? There it is. Oh, good Lord, what? We had a glue booger incident there, too. I'm about to lose my patience with this glue. Glue boogers everywhere. Okay. Go back over there. So we decided, or I decided, I don't know, somehow it was decided that we're going to take this file folder that we made these two collages on, and we would turn them into a little glue book. So there's our weird city street scene. And then just our creepy, you know. Hey, Janie. Highway, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. I crinkled the paper and it scared you. That was not my goal. I often talk people right to sleep. Okay, so we're going to use this Tim Holtzy fabric because I think it goes. We have to work from this side. We're going to use the darker bits, though. I'm going to cut off the lighter part at the bottom. But when you cut a strip, you got to cut a strip, right? So I need to come up here so I can see the full width of the... We don't want a lot of overlap, but we want everything to... Where are my thithers? There they are. Okay. Having a moment. Right, let's get back to this. Strings everywhere. Okay, so I think I see how I want it to be. Just a tiny bit of overlap on either side. And rip it. So satisfying, guys. So satisfying. And it's only going to be on one side, unless I cut a little bit off this side and see if I can. I don't know. It doesn't always work when you try and tear a thin strip, but I'm going to try it for the sake of evenness on either side. I know it's for me and nobody's really ever going to see it, but nope, that's not going to work. All right, then I'm just going to try and cut it. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. And what do we know, guys? If it's crooked, it's crooked. We'll just add a little bit of trim on there and move on with our lives. All right. Go pulling some strings off there to make it all a little bit raggedy if we can. Now I'm covered in strings and glue and dye. All right. So right about there, I think. A little bit less than that. I'd rather have to trim some off at the end then. Okie dokie. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, Janie. That sucks. I hate fighting. Well, hopefully we can distract you for a little while. We like distracting people. If we can at all. Okay, so this is the correct direction. And I think we're going to want to turn it this way because I can see both sides. So hopefully the fabric will wind up evenly on either side. Woo. Okay, so for temporarily, I'm going to move this off here because I got to do the fabric tack. Oh, that's good. See, we do serve a purpose. We put people to sleep and we help people. We distract people from whatever is their current situation. We don't always get there, but we try. It we were talking about it earlier. It was 102 today, guys. Boy. And by the end of the week, by Friday-ish, instead of being in the 70s or the 80s at night, it's going to be in the 90s. You know what that means? That it just stays hot and icky all day and all night. But it's a dry heat. And that part is generally true. Guys, for a minute, I'm going to have to put up this. I can't see what I'm doing. I know it creates glare for you guys. And I'm working on getting that extra extension cord so I can move it, put it over on the bed and angle it a little differently while I do the lives. My fingers are tingly. Come on. All right. Let's slap that lid on there. We have a giant glue booger again. Nobody wants that. Oh my God, another notification. The reason I say that is because it blocks the chat. And I look up to see if you guys have said anything. And boom, there it is. Right. Okay, this has to go the other way. Because the numbers... face in that direction. And while we can say we meant for it to do that, it's better if we just get it orientated correctly, right? Let's see what we got. Pretty even. Okay. This is just to give this, where we're going to sew in the signature, just a little bit of reinforcement. File folders are pretty sturdy. But I didn't want to just put collage over the spine because the lines always seem to, where the fold is, something always seems to line up incorrectly. And, hey, Janice! Ooh, 116. We're heading there pretty quickly. We got over 110 later this week. Now, it may not get there, but it probably will. It is the right time of year, after all. We can't hope for an eternal spring. That's just never going to happen. Well, this is still damp. Let me there's a little bit of glue on this side. Because I'm a mess. Because I'm a messy mess. There. Now that little strip of Tim Holtz. I'm not a super huge fan of Tim Holtz, but sometimes his industrial fabrics come in handy, and I like to have them for this sort of purpose. When I worked in Death Valley, California, we regularly hit 125, 127. A couple of times we got up into the 130s. And after you work there for a while, you find yourself sitting outside with your coworker at the general store going, that's not that bad today. And that's when you know it's time to leave the desert. But because it is a truly, especially out there, it's a dry heat here, but we have man-made water sources, so there's always some humidity in the air out in the Death Valley, unless it's monsoon season. Bone dry, guys. Okay. Well, I suspect that's about as far as we're going to get today because these spines need to dry, guys. All the way through before we start. Now, on this one, I did get out a big book. So this is about the size the pages are going to be. And you'll still be able to see them down here on the tabby part. But I have this for this giant. Let me get one of the regular pages. It's like it was a book of photography and poetry and stuff. On this weird mustard colored kind of paper. Look, there's a picture of a rocket. I thought some of these might be fun as pages in here along with some tea-dyed stuff. But there's some really great photography in here. But it's super macro, you know. Let me see if I can, like, look at that. That's a creepy ass tree, isn't it? It looks like a hand reaching out. Janice, I hope you had a good day at work today and that you are having a lovely evening. Do you? I used to work out there in the national park. Not for the National Park Service itself, but for the concession that runs the hotel. I worked at the inn, or not at the inn, but at Furnace Creek Ranch. I'm not inn people. I'm ranch people. For about 3-ish years, maybe a little longer. Loved it out there. But eventually, one wants to leave the desert. And yet I didn't manage to, because we moved from there to Phoenix. And then I moved from Phoenix to here. Although there was an interlude of about 6 years where I went away from Phoenix to Ohio when I was married. And then I came back to Phoenix after I got divorced. So I want to try and use some of these pages because it adds a creep all its own, right? Let's see. Maybe there's a couple others. Here's a macro of water, and there's a little waterfall there. Look at this. Is I think that's in Siberia. I think that's the tundra over here. And look at the little crescent moon there. And then we've got waves crashing on the beach. There's lava. So there's, you know, but then there's also some of the pages are black like that, and some of them are the mustard color. So I thought we might use these because we're going to glue over them anyway. But an image like this, we might just keep whole and add in a few things, or not do anything. Just be like creepy hand in the woods. The woods are trying to get us. So I know it was short tonight, you guys. I worked so hard to get on live yesterday, and I was ready to beat my computer with a stick. Thank God the golf club was in the car with Els and the grandchildren. Because it would not let me get on here. First, it would not let me schedule the event. I did that like 3 or 4 times. And after a while, you're like, fuck it, I'm not even going to write a description. But then finally I got it to take that part. And then the next is you click the go live button. And I would click the go live button and it would just circle and circle and circle and circle. I spent a good 3 or 4 hours trying to get on. And I was just eventually, I'm like, screw it, I'm done. So I don't know if it was my computer or if it's YouTube or if it's the interwebs. I had a little trouble getting on today. I had to try twice to press the go live button. It circled the first time. And I was like, oh, but the second time it went live. So I will be live tomorrow and we'll be on at 5. I was a little late today. Yeah, I think we will. Not all of them will be folded. We'll just trim some of them down. But I thought, you know, maybe we could put a pocket here. We'll decorate it before we fold it down. Or glue it down. And then we'll put a card in here where we can do another collage on it, right? Same thing over here. So, but we'll also just put some plain paper in here. So we're going to let these dry. And hopefully I will come back. Are you guys interested in watching the selection process and trimming? Or would you rather I just came back with the books ready to start gluing something into? Okay, Janie, we love seeing you. I love hearing about where you are and all that stuff. And hopefully we can, you know, spread a little joy across the country that way. We have been on for about an hour, so that's pretty good. I know Janice just came in, and I'm sorry about that, Janice. But I will be live tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Come hell or high water, we're doing this thing. If you guys have an opinion, let me know. You can message me, email me, put it in the comments. I will probably at least assemble the signatures. I say try because I do have to work on the purple pack. I got to put out paper in the garage and all that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. I may be later than 5 o'clock depending on how long Elle's sales go. Don't forget her sale is tomorrow, and it is her birthday day. Oh, and because you gotta go visit your family. Good night, Christine. Thank you. Yeah, don't forget about Elle's sale. Elle's, are you still in here? What time is your sale? I have no idea. The event is probably in on her channel though. However you're spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you the happiest of crafting. Let me see if I can get the time. 4 p.m. Pacific. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 across the country. So I'm probably going to be on later than 5. If her sale runs until 8 o'clock, I probably won't be on tomorrow. Then we'll just do longer ones on Wednesday and Thursday. Remember, those are going to be at 2 in the afternoon. I'm switching to the afternoon so we can scavenger in the evenings. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Bye, 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 bye. Bright blessings and hugs and hisses to all of you. The end. Bye, Janice. Bye, Steffi.